Hi guys, welcome to lesson 5 on price elasticity of demand. This refers to how buyers and sellers respond to a change in market conditions. Price elasticity of demand, or PED, looks at how responsive demand is to a change in price. The formula is the percentage change in quantity demanded over the percentage change in price. For example, the price of an iPhone over the years has consistently increased, and over time, consumers have become less sensitive to these price changes. This may be because there are less substitutes available for iPhones due to its unique iOS software, and consumers may prefer buying from the same brand rather than competitors. This is called brand loyalty. In contrast, if the price of tea increased, because there are many substitutes available, consumers are more responsive to a change in price, and demand is elastic. There are two extreme examples. Firstly, if there was no change in demand when price changed, this is called perfectly inelastic demand. And the other extreme would be if there was a change in price and this caused demand to completely disappear. This is called perfectly elastic demand. In the middle, we have unitary elasticity. This is when a change in price causes the same change in demand. Inelastic demand is where demand is not very responsive to a change in price. And elastic demand is when quantity demanded is responsive to a change in price. The formula for PED was the percentage change in quantity demanded over the percentage change in price. Each type of elasticity generates a different coefficient. The graph for perfectly inelastic demand is represented by a vertical demand curve, and we can see when price increases, there is no change in the quantity demanded. Consumers are willing to pay any price and are unresponsive to price changes. The curve for inelastic demand is still relatively steep. Price has increased, but demand has fallen by a smaller amount. Unitary elasticity has a coefficient of exactly 1, so any price changes lead to the same amount of change in the quantity demanded. The curve for elastic demand is relatively flat, and we can see that a change in price leads to a much greater change in quantity demanded. Perfectly elastic demand has a horizontal demand curve. Any change in price would cause demand to completely disappear. Essentially, consumers are only willing to pay one price. In a highly competitive market, consumers have a lot of available substitutes. Firms have no price power, therefore demand is elastic. There are many different factors that determine the PED, the main one being the number of available substitutes. When there are more available substitutes, consumers have more choice, therefore demand is elastic, meaning it is more responsive to a change in price. For example, if you are looking to buy a new pair of jeans, one brand may increase their price. However, you have many available substitutes. If you went on a day trip to a park which only had one restaurant to eat at, there are less available substitutes. Therefore, you may be willing to pay more for your food. Time is also another important factor. If you were on holiday at the beach and you'd forgotten your beach towel, because you need this item immediately, you may be okay with paying for one which you know is overpriced. Another factor is the proportion of income spent on the good. If the price of crisps increased, you may be okay with this because it takes up a small proportion of your income. On the other hand, if the good took up a larger proportion of your income, you may have more elastic demand. Let's summarize. The price elasticity of demand is the percentage change in the quantity demanded divided by the percentage change in price, and it's determined by the number of available substitutes, time, and the proportion of income spent on that good.